Hey, it's Nina, and I'm going to show you how to play the song Make Room. I'm going to show you the version that's closest to the original, and I will show you a simplified version for the introduction as well, since it is very difficult. So, this is how I would play it. Anyway, I know that transition was super abrupt and it was really messy, you guys, but to be honest, this song and this introduction is very difficult. Definitely not for beginners. And I actually will show a beginner version right now before I get into the details of the hard version. So to break it all down, the chords are F sharp or the first and fifth. So F sharp, then you have the C sharp, the G sharp minor, and then a B chord. Those four chords are the only chords that are played in the entire song, and they're just repeated over and over again. So F sharp, C sharp, G sharp minor, B. They just get played over and over again. And the way you play it really matters. So if you want to play the introduction in a simple way, the right hand plays these notes. So A sharp 3 times, G sharp 3 times, F sharp 3 times, and then F sharp 2 more times. And then you have this transition, and then you go back to this. So that is the introduction. If you want to play a simple version, you could just play the chord, the first and fifth of the chord. So F sharp, C sharp, G sharp minor, and B. G sharp minor, B, here is where I lay down. So that's how I would play the introduction if I feel more comfortable playing that way. However, if you do want to play same as the original, you can go ahead and learn that right hand pattern. And then the way you play with your left hand is you're going to be playing a back and forth of the first and fifth. That last time, you're going to switch to a fourth of F sharp 4 suspended. And then you're going to do an octave of C sharp. Same, a B here, same as the previous chord. And then you do a G sharp minor, the first and the third. And then you're going to alternate it with the A sharp. So watch. And then you're going to do B and A sharp. So this is kind of like the B chord, but a seventh. Okay, sorry. All right, so I'm going to do that in slow motion, all 4 chords. So starting from F sharp. of repeat that. So when you play it all together, it should sound sort of like this. Okay, you guys, I literally cannot transition these both together, but anyway, you get the point. I would say that this introduction really requires a lot of practice, which I didn't do a lot of it, but I did plenty of practice. So definitely a harder one, just because your brain is doing two different things. And what I had to do is actually practice it in 2 total different days, because the first day I just could not get it. The second day I was able to get it. So sometimes taking a break really helps your brain kind of process the melody and process that pattern, and then when you come back to it, it almost seems simpler. So that is the introduction. Now when we go into the rest of the song, I promise it's actually much easier than you think. So instead of jumping around in, once we're in the verse, instead of jumping around with the F sharp and then the C sharp and then the D sharp minor, G sharp minor, and then the B, what I like to do is simplify it and keep my right hand in the same spot all the time. So instead of playing this F sharp chord like this, I'm going to bring this C sharp down over here. So I'm going to play the F sharp like this. Here is where I lay down. And actually for the C sharp, I'm going to play the same exact F sharp chord with my right hand, just because it creates a 4 suspended C sharp. Do you hear how deep and beautiful that sounds? And then for the G sharp minor, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this this thumb to the B here. But I'm going to keep this finger on the F sharp. So this is how I'm going to play my G sharp minor. So I like this sound much better than this sound. This G sharp just doesn't sit well with me, but when I play it this way, it just sounds so beautiful. And then I'm gonna play the B like this. So I'm play B with my left and keep the F sharp with my right. Basically, I'm keeping my fingers on these 2 notes the entire time, except when I'm playing G sharp minor, I'm gonna switch this to B. Okay, so let's hear how that sounds. Let me go back to the introduction. Here is where I lay down every burden, every crown. This is my surrender. This is my surrender. Here is where I lay down every lie and every doubt. This is my surrender. And I will make room for you. Anyway, so I just wanted to showcase that verse. As you can tell, we're not moving around much with the right hand. It makes it sound so beautiful regardless, because we're just keeping our hands on that F sharp inverted. So instead of keeping it like this, we're playing it like that. All right, now going into the chorus, you kind of saw my transition over there. It's really simple, and the chords repeat, so that's a beautiful part. We have the F sharp for you, C sharp, to do whatever you want to. Now see, if I keep my right hand on the F sharp for the G sharp minor, it just doesn't sound good. This is why we have to move over to this B. To do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you. To do whatever you want to do whatever you want to. Now, you can go to that original introduction, or you can just kind of go through those chords. You could just do a simple version. Honestly, it's so open-ended. go same verse. Okay, you play it the same way, then you go into the chorus. And what I would do with the new chorus, you know, is to add a little more bass if you feel like you need it. So for you to do whatever you want to, do whatever you want to, and I will make room for you. So depending on how loud you want it, and if you're an single person band, you want to add more bass. If you already have a bass player, I think you can really stay where you're at. All right, then moving on to the bridge. So you can kind of play through those chords. So you have the F sharp, C sharp as an instrumental. You could add some, like, I think they had some like and then they had a G sharp minor, and then B, and then bridge is the same chords. Starting out kind of quiet. Shake up the ground of all my tradition, break down the walls of all my religion. Your way is better. Your way is better. Shake up the ground of all my break down the walls, all my religion. Your way is better. So you can tell that when I'm playing it kind of quiet, my right hand is doing most of the work, and there's very little bass. Your way is better. And now, as I want to play louder, I add in more bass. Shake up the ground with all my tradition, break down the walls of all my religion. Your way is better. Your way is better. So you just play that through, and then after the bridge you can always go back to the chorus and back to the bridge, and that's basically the entire song, you guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy my next tutorial. Goodbye.